straight out to Rob Shooter, columnist with the Huffington Post. You know, somebody as famous as the Hannah Montana superstar Miley Cyrus, I would think would have basically impenetrable security around her home. How did somebody get in?
Well, she probably thought she had that too, Nancy. Lots of Hollywood stars think they are very safe. This incident has proved that they are not, and lots of people are looking at their security. He got in behind a closed security gate at 4 in the morning and terrified everybody in that house.
You know, speaking of 4 in the morning, interesting that it's in those early morning hours when it's been shown that victims are the most vulnerable, not immediately at lights out between 10 and 12, but more in the hours between 1 and 5 o'clock in the morning, specifically the sweet spot for criminals between 2 and 4 in the morning, when you're in a deep sleep. A lot of people start waking up around 5, 6, and 7 o'clock. Even if not the victim, neighbors may be waking up, going to work to avoid traffic, going out for jogs, taking their dogs out. It's in those late night, early morning hours when crimes typically go undetected. And you're saying he came in at what, 4 a.m., Rob Shooter?
That's when he was detected. At 4 a.m. in the morning is when he was on her private property behind that closed gate.
Okay, let's talk about her property. Where is it, and what kind of security devices did she have? And I understand he was wielding scissors, Rob Shooter?
You're absolutely right. He was found with scissors in his back pocket. Very, very scary stuff. She lives in California, in the hills, in a beautiful mansion. It is a closed mansion. She has a massive wall around it and a very, very large security gate that you need a password, a code to get into. He did not have this code. People are saying he might have even jumped over her fence.
To Ellie Justad, our chief editorial producer, what do we know about this guy, Jason Lewis Rivera? He's 40 years old, and he's in love with Miley Cyrus. What is she, 18 or 19 years old, Ellie?
Right, she's 19 years old, Nancy. This guy has a criminal record from Texas, where he apparently either still lives or used to live. He's got a couple of charges for trespassing, multiple arrests for marijuana possession. We also found his social media, his Facebook, MySpace. He considers himself a poet, apparently, and he's written...
Whoa, wait, what? A poet?
A poet, correct.
Let me guess, does he feature his poetry online?
Yes, he does. He has...
Okay, I want to hear it. Is it like, I want to kill Miley Cyrus? Is that what his poem is called?
No, nothing that blatant. These are all kind of, I would call them sort of pseudo-spiritual poems about love. Things like love is everlasting, M, the eternal essence in our, or shall I say, his universe, I love, love, love. Let us all who have love share our love. Those kind of things. But this guy is posting multiple poems a day about love on his site.
So I guess that means he doesn't have a job if he's sitting at home on the sofa writing poems and putting them on his, what, his Facebook, what, on Twitter? Doesn't he claim he's Miley Cyrus, his husband? You're seeing the video that we obtained of him at Miley Cyrus's home trying to get in. He was wielding scissors and an attempted attack on Miley Cyrus. Didn't he say he was her husband?
Yeah, he did, Nancy. He said, she's my wife. He said they've been friends for 5 years. And, you know, he claimed he knew her. He was just going to see his, I guess, wife.